Hello, welcome to Python tutorial. In this video, we discuss about input-output statements in Python, how to import modules in Python, basic types of Python like integer, float, string, boolean, and typecasting. Typecasting means type conversions, variables, operators, and expressions. We start with output statements. So, like any other programming languages, the first one is the hello world print statement, and the other three are various print statements in Python. We can add a comment in the Python using the hash symbol, and in this print statement we can see SEP equal to question mark question mark. What is this? This is like for every print statement, the default separator is a space. In this third print statement, we can see there is no separator added, so the default separator is space. So in between welcome to Python programming, it added a space. So if I change this separator to some symbols like this, so it will be added to the print statement. And to add a new line, here I used slash n in between the strings. Strings in Python can be added using single quote or double quote. So here I added tab in between the strings. So this is what hello within single quote is same as hello within double quotes. So if I want to print raw strings, I can add or before the string. Here slash n interrupted as a new line. If I want the raw string to be print as it is, I can add or before the string. And even if you add numericals and operators in between single quote, it will take it as a strings. But if you remove the single quote, it will consider this as numbers 1 2 3 as numbers and plus as addition operator. And here you can see the space is printed. I have added a space in between the double quote and it is added here. And after the quote ended, I have added the result. This 2 plus 3 is taken as string and this 2 plus 3 is added together. And this is some of the formatted output in Python. And in the third print statement, I have reserved totally 10 places, out of which 2 are decimal places. You can see the output here. Here comes the modules. This is how we should import a module in the Python. The tool I am using is the Jupyter Notebook, and this import command import the sys module into the notebook. Once I imported the modules, I can use its methods and functions. So sys.version will give you the version of my Python 3.7.6. What is a module? Consider a module to be same as code library used for reusability. Module is a file containing a set of functions we want to include in our application. We can create our own modules and reuse it. What we need to do is we need to write some code, give them a name. That is how we got a function which can be reused. Now take the collection of functions, package them as a file, and now we got a module which can also be reused. Now I am importing the math module. These are all predefined module in Python. I am using the square root function of the math module. So to use a function of a module, we have to say math dot square root, which means module dot function. If I want to import only the function of that particular module, I can say from math module import factorial function. And now I can use the factorial function here. Let us discuss about the input statements. See, if I execute this statement, to execute this statement, I need to use shift plus enter, or I have to click this run button. So if I execute that statement, it is asking for the name. So I can type any text here, any text, and it is accepted. Whatever value we are getting through input function, this is the input function we are using to get the input values. Whatever values I am getting through input function or strings. See, here I wanted to get the year. Even though I am entering the year, it will take it as a string only. That you can check using the type function. Now here I will get a year and I will store it in the year variable, and I'm printing the type of the year variable. Let us see what happens. It is asking for the year. I'm giving 2020, the current year, and now it is printing the type of the year. It is saying class str. Year is an object of class string. In Python, everything is an object. Python is an object oriented language, and as such it uses classes to define data types. See here, str is a class, and when I assign a string to the year, so that is why the type function is saying year is an object of class string. To evaluate the empty values, we can use the eval function. Now if I enter nothing, it will give you an error. So here it will accept only values, not the null inputs. And it is correctly evaluating that what you have entered is an integer. Type and typecasting. We already discussed Python is an object oriented language, and it uses classes to define its data types. So the basic data types we discussed today are integer, float, string, and boolean. So for typecasting in Python, what is typecasting? It is converting from one type to another. So for typecasting, Python is using constructor functions. Let us discuss about constructor function while we discuss about OOPS. Now we are focusing on the basic data types. So this is typecasting. So before we got the value of year and stored it in the variable year, and I'm casting the integer type to it. If I get the value of year through this input, the type of the year is string. Now I wanted to cast the integer value to it. So that is why I'm using int of year. Suppose if I get a string value here, instead of getting the integer value, I'm getting string value. Anyway, it will take it as string only. Whatever input you give, it will take it string only. But using this int constructor, I cannot cast the type. Why? Because this int constructs an integer number from an integer or a float. How it will construct an integer from float? By rounding down to its previous whole number, or from a string, providing the string represents a whole number. The string should be a whole number. From this output, if the year is 2020, still the input take it as string, but I can still cast integer type to it because the value is a whole number. Now similarly, float constructs a float number from an integer, a float, or a string, providing the string represents a float or an integer. And string construct a string from a variety of data types including strings, integer, and float. Once I convert the type from string to integer, I can do addition operation or any other numerical operations. So my year is 2020. The input take it as a string, and here I am casting integer to the string value, and here I am doing the numerical operation. This is another example for type function, and these three are examples of float types. So here x equal to 1.10, y equal to 1.0, z is equal to minus 35.59. All these are types of float. So float can also be a scientific numbers. These are the examples for scientific numbers. 35 e power 3, 12 e power 4, minus 87.7 e power 100. All these are of type float. Again, this is also an example of type float. It is asking for enter your GPA. I am entering my GPA as 8.9. Once I entered 8.9, the input function will take it as a string. And here I cast the type float to it. And after this, if I print the type of GPA, it will tell it is a float. So Along with the integers, floats, boolean and string values, complex numbers also. Then another type of Python. Complex numbers are written with the j as the imaginary part. So x equal to 3 plus 5j, 5j, yz is equal to minus 5j. If I ask the type of xyz, it will say it is of complex data types. So, but like from float to integer, from numerical string to integer, we cannot convert complex numbers to another number type. If I try to do that, it will throw an error. And this is an example for boolean. I assign x equal to true. True and false are the two values of the boolean. And if I ask for the type of x, it will say bool. And int of true, we can cast integer type to true values. True is a boolean and I'm casting integer type to it. And we can also evaluate the input using the boolean also. For example, using the input function, I'm getting the current year and evaluating the input using the bool function. So if I give null value, it will say false. If I enter some value to it, it will say true. And this is another example for math module. Ceil function. Math.ceil 1.2 give you the higher side of this 1.2, which is 2. And the floor will round off to the lower side, which is 1. Now, variables, operators, and expressions. I assign a value of 5 to a variable x and I wanted to print x. And here I ask for the ID of x. The ID is the one in which the value 5 is stored in the memory. This is the ID where 5 is stored. I'm assigning the same value 5 to y and I'm printing y and asking for the ID. If this is the ID where 5 is stored, then definitely this should be similar. And now I'm assigning another value 10 to the same variable x. The ID of x will give you the ID in which the 10 is stored. So it is different one. And this is an example for expression. So x plus y equal to z. This is the additional operator. And the same plus can be used for string concatenation also. In this example, it is printing x and y together. And this is the multiplication operator. So two integer multiplied together and the type of the result is integer. So if I want to print the value of c, you can see the value of c. The same multiplication operator can be used to replicate the string. A equal to Python, b equal to 2, c equal to a star b. Now the type is string. So if I want to print the value of c, it will replicate the string. Now if I change the b value to 4, you can verify the result here. Now the floating point division. For floating point division, I am using the operator single slash. A equal to 10, b equal to 2.521, c equal to a slash b. Now I wanted to print c and check the type of c. This is the c value, a by b value, and its type is float. If I use double slash in the place of single slash, I can get the integer division. We can call it as floor division. So what is the floor value of 3.9? Floor value will get the lowest integer. If I take ceil value, it will give you 4. Variable names are case sensitive here. If I assign the string radius to a variable r and I am printing r, you can get radius. If I print the lowercase r, it will lead to an error. And Python also allows to assign values to multiple variables in one line. For example, I am assigning orange, banana, and cherry to x, y, z in the same line. I am printing x, y, z. I can see it is assigned orange, banana, and cherry to x, y, z. Hope you got some specific inputs on input output statements, importing module, basic data types in Python, typecasting, variables, operators, and expressions. And one important note, please go through the quiz one to check your understanding on these topics. I have given the link in the description box. In next video, we discuss about immutable data structures in Python. So please subscribe my channel and click notification icon. If you like the content, hit the like button and share with your friends. Thank you.